Once an amalgamation of disparate tribes, the Mongols rose to prominence through the adoption of not just Ashok Khan, but also of Proto-Mongolian cultural practices and ideologies into the day-to-day lives of the Mauryans of antiquity. It is perhaps unsurprising, then, to see how the occupation of Yellow River Persian lands and the dissolution of Parsa as an urban center resulted in another major cultural shift among these pan-Asiatic peoples. As Persian practices became more and more prevalent in Mongol courts, and as the Mongols became the undeniable hegemon of Asia, the militarism of past centuries gave way to something new. Mastery over the waters had sent Mongol explorers farther east than any had ever been, and many began to eye the fertile lands beyond the reach of their European counterparts. And with a lost appetite for bloodshed after centuries of war, westward expansion had become an unpopular mandate, with inward growth seen as the path to fulfillment instead. This was seen as especially important in calming the Persian diaspora that had known many a lost generation. No historian could capture the gravity of this shift as well as the Emperor Babur himself did in his famous address. With an intentional blend of traditional Mongolian and a specific Farsi mispronunciation, he proclaimed, "The age of the Mongol is gone. The age of the Mughal is here." From the lecture series Mughal-e-Azam by PartyElite. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome you back to our Humankind Forging India miniseries. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see exactly where our story takes us as we enter the early modern era. The Mughals have control over basically all of Asia. After the Achaemenid Persians have been defeated in this war, they might hold on to perhaps a couple of territories, they might hold on to one city, two at most, but by and large, it is safe to say that we have control over Asia. Yes, there is a bit of a blank spot down over here in this archipelago, of course. We will make some moves to expand our influence down over here, and there is, yes, this incursion by the Poles that we might concern ourselves with. Like I was saying in the introduction, I don't think a westward expansion is going to be our primary focus in this era. We are, after all, a builder people now, and I do want to try and keep that in mind, alongside some excellent suggestions I got from the comments of the previous episode. In fact, one was, raised quite an excellent point with regards to my dismissal of the settlers. It was suggested that actually maybe we should pursue settlers. Maybe we should think about using these settlers to expand again our area of influence, not just to Indonesia and, well, let's refer to this whole archipelago, Oceania, I should say, right? But perhaps even beyond, and see if we can't get to the Americas. Now, of course, in universe, in game, while role playing, we would simply be continuing our exploration out east, and we'd end up somewhere. But, just speaking from a grander scale, we know what's coming over here. So it would be interesting to sort of play that up. And I like that suggestion quite a bit. So again, like I say, folks, I do read all of the comments. So if you have any thoughts, feedback, ideas that you'd like to share, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I do read them all. I do take them all into consideration. For example, quite a few of you pointed out something that I immediately regretted after I finished recording the previous episode, and that was the decision we made at Harappa with regards to the stars, as it were. Should we use that to educate our people, or should we use that for sort of military guidance? And I went with military guidance because I thought, well, we've been so militarist for so very long, let's go with that. But as many of you pointed out, and I started feeling as well right after the episode was done recording, it would have been a nice sort of landmark decision to have chosen to use our knowledge to educate the masses and have that be a part of what triggers our sort of cultural transition. But like I often say, there's no use crying over spilt milk. Yes, I do kind of, in hindsight, regret that decision. Hindsight is 2020 after all, but I agree with all of y'all in the comments. We're just like, we could have very easily justified that, and it would have made sense without being too gamey. But hey, it is what it is. Lesson learned for next time. But apart from that as well, with regards to some thoughts from the comments, many of you have suggested that yes, we should probably go ahead and deem ourselves to be imperialist. Where is that option? It wasn't under Conquered Empires, was it? Oh yeah, okay, I guess it was. We just don't have enough influence to make that call, I think, because of the absorption and things like that. But yes, we will go ahead, and when we get the opportunity, we will go ahead and adopt the imperialist civic over here. It does make sense considering the moves we've made. The true history of the Mughals and the Mongols and all doesn't matter compared to the decisions we've made in the game, right? Sometimes our actions, well, more often than not, I would say, our actions should supersede our history, especially if it's so diametrically opposed, right? And I think our actions very clearly suggest that we would be, yes, an imperialist people. just look at this. So yeah, again, thank you for your thoughts, your feedback, your opinions. It is always welcome, and I do, again, like I said, I do read them all. I do use them to influence my decision making and my approach to well, everything on the channel. With all that said, let's go ahead and very quickly, actually, before I forget, another thing I realized shortly after ending the previous session was that we actually can't, I don't think, get on land over here. I don't think this is an option. So I've made a bit of a mistake over here, and I might actually lose this battle if things go poorly. Now, before we get into that, I do want to deal with some of the other matters over here. We have this idle ship. Do I want to send you up north still? Again, just as a reminder, we do have a cog here instead, so we should be able to go further into deep water, but maybe it's not a terrible idea to finish exploring our more, local coasts first, and then move towards whatever mysteries lie towards the east. And yes, try and claim some of these, I guess, colonies, you would call them, with our settlers. Again, I think that was a good suggestion, and I do quite like the storytelling aspect of it. Like I was saying, though, I mean, just because we're not focusing on westward expansion, it doesn't mean we're not going to butt heads with some of our old enemies, right? The Goths over here, are they still the Goths? Yeah, the Goths over here, for example, we have a history with them, and they do continue to threaten our western border over here, so, perhaps we do finish them off. They are eager for war. We can't let our guard down. Just because we're leading towards more pacifist ideologies doesn't mean we let our guard down and lose everything we've gained over the last millennia, several millennia. So again, just in case you're worried that all of a sudden we're going to stop fighting wars and battles won't happen anymore, that's not the case. Just to be clear, that's not the case. We will still be fighting wars. We will still be expanding our domain through bloodshed. However, it won't necessarily be as aggressive as it was during the Mongol era of our people's history, right? Again, trying to play each culture as I kind of feel like they should be played. Can't think of a better word to use than should, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Down over here, these guys, they have one over Kirtan. I wonder if we just kind of stay put over here and heal up a little bit. Don't overdo it. We could actually position ourselves for war against the Goths. Ooh, actually, hold on a second. What do we have up here? Oh, is that empty territory or is that claimed Persian territory? No, you know what? It's probably empty. That's probably empty. But I wouldn't mind scouting it out. Why not? Let's go up there. It's all through our territory, so we should be healing all the way through in case there's a surprise ambush or something waiting for us, and we'll be okay. Down over here at Harappa, we're going to go ahead and... Do we invest in... Oh, actually, before I forget. Again, thank you for the reminder in the comments. I want to make sure we claim the Taj Mahal. I would be so disappointed in myself if I didn't, despite being among the first few cultures in this new era, if I didn't manage to claim the Taj Mahal, I would be so upset at myself. So thank you for that reminder, because it did slip my mind. But yes, we are able to claim it. Just as a quick point of reference, because the Taj Mahal is actually fascinating for so many reasons. It is so it was built by... I'm going to butcher some of these pronunciations. It was built by Shah Jahan, who is, I forget how far in the line of succession after Babur, who was the person I referenced in the introduction. But it was built by Shah Jahan for his wife as a mausoleum. Now, before the Taj Mahal, there was Humayun's tomb. Humayun's tomb is actually in New Delhi, and it's a bit of a prototype for the Taj Mahal. It has, if I recall correctly, it is the first garden tomb in the subcontinent. So it's the first like mausoleum of its style, and it inspired many subsequent mausoleums and tombs and things like that. But yeah, Humayun's tomb was sort of a prototype to the Taj Mahal. If you want to look it up, Humayun is spelled Humayun. Humayun. So Humayun's tomb, and it's there are distinctions, of course. I mean, for example, you'll notice right away the color Humayun's tomb is red. That's going to be the first thing you notice. There's much less white marble at Humayun's tomb, but you'll also see many similarities in not just the structure itself, but the space outside of it as well. So that's pretty interesting. As far as a little bit of maybe lesser known history of the Taj Mahal. Something very fascinating about the Taj Mahal is that the pillars, the minarets, not pillars, sorry, I don't know why I said that, the minarets actually slightly lean outwards, which was done for two reasons. One is that with the minarets leaning outwards, they appear to be upright. If they were actually upright, they would appear to be leaning inwards. It's just a visual optical illusion, right? So they lean slightly outwards because it helps make them actually look like they're upright, but also, and perhaps more importantly, they lean slightly outwards so that if there were some sort of disaster, like an earthquake, they would fall outwards rather than inwards, and it would protect the interior structure. Which is some pretty, I find this kind of stuff really fascinating. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, that's the Taj Mahal. Of course, iconic of the Indian subcontinent, a very familiar symbol, I would say, of the subcontinent. So of course, we're going to be claiming this Taj Mahal. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but y'all have said you do enjoy those tangents. So I not only can I just not help myself anyway, but with encouragement, it's impossible for me to help myself, right? So the Taj Mahal. Very excited that we could actually grab this. A marble mausoleum of striking design. The work of 20,000 artisans creates this architectural masterpiece. If memory serves me right, white marble is actually not found in the region. So the marble used to build the Taj Mahal had to travel great distances to actually, to Agra to help with the building of the Taj Mahal. Also, common myth, or at least I believe it's a myth, I don't think there's any truth to this, but it is said that Shah Jahan had the hands of all the artisans who were involved in the building of the Taj Mahal cut off after it was done being built, so that they could never recreate its majesty or something like that. I forget exactly how it's phrased. This is, as far as I know, this is untrue, so if you have heard that, it's not, there's no, I don't think there's any historical record of that, or we don't. It's a myth. It's an urban legend. It's a myth, and I just thought I'd touch on that because I have heard it quite a few times, and it's interesting, but it's as far as I know, and as far as memory serves, it's not true. Anyway, let's go ahead and claim it. Sorry, it's like I was just saying, I do get excited by these tangents. Go ahead and claim this wonder. I am glad that we got it. In fact, I might even rush its construction right away. When I say rush, I mean like get to it right away. I don't mean literally like rush it through sacrifice of lives or anything like that. I want to make sure I don't miss out on, again, strengthening our economy as well. As some of you pointed out, it might be a good idea to explore some hamlet options, because hamlets can, yes, give us massive buffs like we're seeing over here, or massive just numbers like we're seeing over here. So that's definitely something to consider. But you know what? Let's go ahead, and I think Paschim Nagar will be able to join in 2 turns. Mohenjo-Daro will be able to join right away. Babylon will be able to join in 1 turn. So why don't we go ahead and build the Taj Mahal? Oh God, I don't remember exactly where Agra is. So we have to build this on a river. Oh geez, I'm like here-ish is what I'm going to say. Here-ish. So why don't we go ahead and establish you? Don't judge my geography, please. I might be off, but work with me here. I'm going to go ahead and establish you over here. I think that's a nice spot for it. Right on the bend over here. Sorry, I'm just like considering other aspects of this decision as well. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Let's go for it. Close enough. Close enough. Again, please don't judge my geography there. It's not what it used to be, but you know, it's better than nothing. I like to think. Go ahead and add. Where are we? Mohenjo-Daro. From 42 turns down to 29. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and add. Well, Babylon will be as of next turn. Paschim Nagar as of 2 turns from now. I don't think... yeah, these guys can't join us. They're grayed out. I was like, well, why is it showing that? And Hariganga, unfortunately, is occupied in this battle over here, which is what we're going to move on to next. All right, let's go ahead and pull back. This fun and cheeky little move by our naval forces over here is going to amount to nothing. We have to pull back because what I need to do, here's my concern, right? If these guys stay down here, I feel like the defenders are going to try and keep an eye on them, and they're going to stay in this general area, meaning if we can't get up over here, which I'm like 90% sure we can't, if we can't get up over here, then we're not able to fire on these guys, and they'll survive, and we'll lose the battle when it comes to the end of the 4th turn. Instead, what I need to do is I think I need to come back over here, pull back to, well, let's just go up over here. I need to pull back as far as I can so that these guys stop thinking of this area as a threat, and they perhaps move to defend against our raiders up over here instead. So we're going to see if we can't pull that off. I'm not sure. I was really hoping to be able to land all these guys this turn right away, but that doesn't seem to be happening. It's okay. We still have some time. I'm fairly confident in my assessment, though. This is way too high for us to get up top, and I'm hoping that if we do pull back far enough, these guys decide to sacrifice themselves over here. Because if they don't, I mean, I don't want to think about it, especially after talking up our most likely success in this battle. I don't want to think about potentially losing this battle at this point. You got your shots in. Let's go ahead and pull you back to there. Just get you up front over here. You get your shots in as well. If we can eliminate these guys this turn, that'll be good, because then we can even more kind of guarantee that these guys will come up over here. Because again, just as a reminder, we're on horseback, which means we are not able to climb over these fences. Though they look like a horse could jump over them, we cannot. I can assure you of this. Yeah, I'm a little worried. We need these guys to come back over here. But that is our turn done. The veterans cannot reach back down to over here. Let's pull them a bit closer so that they're the ones who... Because again, they can cause that slightly higher bit of damage. So I just want to make sure they're able to swap in when and as needed. That's this round done. Unfortunately, can't move these guys closer. Can't fire from the water. All right, go ahead and end the round then. Oh no, yeah, let's see, they're still staying put. Okay, it's okay. Pull you all the way back to there. These guys are fortunately gonna stay there. Oh, come on. Nope, all right, fine. Just make it to land, and then we can pull them back further than we otherwise could, right? So go ahead and end the round there. The end of this battle. Come on. Yes! Oh, thank God. I was very worried. Oh, beautiful. Have we... Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that decisive, but I'll take it. The end of this battle should guarantee victory in this war. Next turn, yeah, we'll have it. And our war score is going to be at 320. We'll see what we can do with that. I'm really hoping... Can I actually... If I... Ooh, hello. Okay, hang on. I can't make demands because we're at war right now. It's one of those tough things. See, if I had made these demands before the war was declared, then yes, I could have made these claims, or rather, when the war ended, I could have gained these territories at a lower cost to our war score. However, I hadn't even noticed that the city had been stolen from us, right? Like, I missed out on a lot of that. And it's partly because of how much I dislike the size of the notifications down over here. I keep this kind of tucked away, especially when I'm recording, like for the channel. So I missed it, and I feel a little bummed about that. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. After all, we have won another war, so why be upset, right? It's a time for celebration instead. I believe this turn is done, though. Let's go ahead and... yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Feeling pretty good. We're just about close to the halfway mark of this game, actually. It's a 300-turn game. We're at turn 144, so we're getting there. And close to victory in the war means victory in the war. We will have the war resolution right now. Can I make you my vassal? Oh, see? Just short. Just short. I'm pretty sure our war score actually can't be higher than this. And still just short. Okay, not the end of the world, not the end of the world. What are we looking at as far as our city cap is concerned? So we're at our cap. There is a technology available very soon that would allow us to increase our cap by 1. Hariganga will absorb Hekatompelos. That's the plan, right? We discussed this already. So that's going to happen. It'll bring our city count down by a step. So let's just keep that in mind. So let's see. Hekatompelos we want. +1. Asher, we definitely want. Nineveh, we definitely want. Can I actually... Hold on. What all can I take here? Can't take everything. That's unfortunate. Really hoping to take a bit more. I wish the colors here would reflect what you've checked or not checked. You know, like how Europa Universalis or Crusader Kings 2 used to do it? 3 does it as well. It's a little different, though, in Crusader Kings 3. But like Europa Universalis, as you select regions and stuff, it does highlight. Even though, yes, names are down there, I can be a bit more visual like that myself. So I do prefer that approach. Garama. What is Garama? Is that... Oh, do they actually have something else? All right, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's go ahead and see. So I definitely want Asher, right? And Nineveh. Nineveh has the pyramids. Nineveh also has Angkor Wat. So let's go ahead and get Nineveh. Let's get Verkal, Alfeka. Whereas Aljana over here is less important. We'll make that our lowest priority. Asher, we want. Turol. That's Turol. Oh, ambergris silk. Okay. Dombe for sure. Turol as well. Now we can't actually take Turol as well. Dang. They will still survive. They will still survive. And I actually can't get Hekatompelos if I also want Alfeka. So let's see. Aljana stays behind, right, with its iron. That's fine. Or, sorry, copper. My bad. With its copper, so that's fine. Verkal has silver and mercury, right? So that's good for our scientific growth. Nineveh, again, and Alfeka. Yeah, sure, we've got gold over here, but also the wonders that I want. Got iron over here. We got porcelain over here. Dombe. Dombe is kind of useless. But if I don't take Dombe, I could take Turol instead. We don't have a connection. Oh, we could claim this territory and make that connected, I suppose. We could do that. That is an option. 560 war reparation. Because Turol, again, has some value, right? It's got some of these resources, luxury resources, as well as a strategic resource. So Kirtan, you stay over here. I can't take you. Dombe. So Kirtan will probably combine with Dombe. Can't recall what that is, but I don't think it's as valuable. Making a judgment call right here. I don't think it's as valuable as these. All right, sorry. Let me just do a double check over here. My apologies, folks. So Nineveh. We have Nineveh, which is down over here. We'll get Verkal as well. Takes us up over here, and then we'll have Alfeka 2. Aljana stays with the Persians, unfortunately. Down over here, Asher is coming with us, as is Turol. We'll go ahead and claim this and maybe expand Asher this way or something like that. We'll figure it out. And then nothing else is coming with us, right? Leaving 28 war score on the table, giving us 560 money, or gold, let's call it, in reparations. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. There's nothing else we can do. Dang. Just a little too big. I'm curious what the Poles will do with the land that they've occupied. But it seems the Achaemenid Persians will live to die another day. I'm not surprised. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of this episode as well, if not the end of the previous one. I had a feeling they would still make it out of this one alive, but I would say that they're... more Persians probably live in our lands than do in their lands. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and force their surrender over here. Victory is ours.
This is wondrous. Friend, come share a glass.
You should listen to this.
A request from a friend is not a thing to be taken lightly.
I can't help but feel like after every victory, we're just so smarmy, you know? It's just like, why? Don't call him friend. Don't be mean like that. Let's go ahead and actually make some of these demands over here. They might, if we're lucky, they might just give us Hekatompelos.
I will not ignore what you have done without a good reason.
Or perhaps not.
Give me your gold, now!
Here's when they attacked us at Nineveh. One of countless times, I'm sure. We'll go ahead and make this demand as well.
My demand for reparations was justified.
Again, they have they have countless demands they can push, right? So let's
blood at this stupidity.
Their volume is at a point where it's hard to kind of like talk over them sometimes. But no, sorry. They have countless grievances that they could stack, and they will get their war support quicker than we can get our war support. We might be seeing war very soon, but it's okay. These guys are a husk of what they once were. We've got ourselves our expansionist star as well. Beautiful. And we are, yes, 2 over our city cap, but as you can see, that has, I mean, it does have an impact on our influence gain, but it's not like we're hurting for influence, not like that one time, right? I am curious. Do I merge Ashur and Nineveh? Do I mean, again, I can't afford it right now, but it's a thought for the future. Do I perhaps absorb them? Make one in... I think we'll keep Ashur. It's got great history to it, right? I think we'd keep Ashur, and it would bring us down as far as city cap is concerned. And then Ashur could also then... Oh, you know what? Nineveh could attach to Turul, or rather, Turul could attach to Nineveh, I should say. So there's that. And then Ashur could absorb Nineveh, and then we'd have one less city. Oh, there's Garama. How did I miss that earlier? It must have just popped up. Okay, fair enough. Stability is going to skyrocket. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and get you guys helping with the Taj Mahal. 17 turns now. Nineveh, help as well. 14 turns now. Excellent. Really too bad about Hekatompelos, but hey, we'll get it later, right? I don't care who declares war, whether it's us declaring war on them or them declaring war on us. We'll see victory then, just as we have before. I wonder if I should refuse their demands and just dive in a war right away. It'll cause an escalation. Yeah, let's try it.
This does very little to placate me.
Okay. I mean, if I can escalate, I mean, I don't know. Do I want to escalate sooner rather than later? I don't know. Let's go ahead and pull these guys back so they don't suffer any damage, right? And I would also want to, just as a reminder, pull these guys back and disband them somewhere. Perhaps in Mohenjo-Daro, get a little population boost over here. I don't know if I have any particular preference as to where I disband them to get the population boost, truth be told. From 14 down to 10, that's big. Maybe Harappa, actually. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Boost the population at the capital. We'll see. Either way, I want to save the money on the soldiers there. And up over here, Avaris has been... No, still just occupied. Hasn't been completely taken. Still just occupied. And I could actually attack these guys. You know what I should have done is I should have kept... damn it. Okay, we'll bring the horde back up. I wanna force these guys back, right? I want to try and gain some war support through some victories and things like that. These guys are too far away for that kind of assistance. And I could continue to send these guys up here to scout. And once the Taj Mahal is done, we'll go ahead and build the Angkor Wat as well. Alright, down over here... Yeah, hang tight. Hang tight. Keep you exploring up over here. You know, it's funny, if we'd actually gotten this boat all the way up north, we would have seen Garama sooner. But hey, it is what it is. What are you going to do? I'm glad that the AI doesn't just, like, you know, sit pretty. It is actively trying to make progress as well, right? Taj Mahal over here as well, 9 turns. I mean, is that really worth it? 1 turn? Could I instead maybe focus on... Let's see, do you have a valuable hamlet to put down? Nah, that's not really all that big of a deal. What about down over here? +2, +2, +2. Okay, none of that's really worth all that much. How about a... No. We'll get the +6 over there, I suppose. +6 over here as well. it's like, it's so marginal, but I guess at least it's something. What about research quarter? Plus 12, plus 12, plus 12. Okay, good stuff. Quite a few spots for them, though. And what about a Jama Masjid? Oh, hello. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's go for it. Cool. Good stuff. That's the turn done. It'll be interesting again to now enter an era of relative peace. I'm not going to say peace and prosperity and make it sound like we're not going to see any fighting. I mean, again, we're already butting heads with the Achaemenid Persians again, as expected. Now, this next victory over them, which I'm already calling as having happened. Ooh, who are you? Mughal rebels from Ashur. That could be a bit of a problem, actually. Let's go ahead and move at least one of these armies up over here to help deal with these rebels in case they cause us some trouble. I might want to pull these guys down as well. What do we have here? Just a bunch of draftees. Okay. It's not the most dangerous unit or anything, but I want to make sure they don't establish themselves anywhere, right? They might move towards Turol. They might burn it down. We'll see. I want to make sure I respond to this. Get you coming. Towards Turol over here. Just not sure where these guys are moving, but I want to be able to cut them off if necessary. I was like, yeah, I'm surprised there's no rebellion or anything. There you are. Let's go ahead and move through the mountains. And what's going on in Mohenjo-daro? Thieves of the seas. Transoceanic trade is flourishing, but such richly veined routes are attracting vultures of the high seas. Pirates are rumored to be planning audacious raids on ships near the wealthy city of Mohenjo-daro. Unless the Empire responds, wealth that should go to the city is likely to go into the pockets of scoundrels. What is the right move? Piracy in the waters in this area were actually a major thing, historically speaking. I mean, I know typically when we think about pirates, we think about Barbary pirates, and we think about pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you choose to say it. But around the Indian subcontinent as well, and through like Indonesia and all that, there was quite a bit of piracy as well. So this is thematic. We could secure drafting Mohenjo-daro's workers to build shoreline watchtowers will discourage the pirates and reassure the citizens, or we can recruit these pirates could become privateers for the Empire. For a fee, we get a new army of reinforcements next to Mohenjo-daro. Now, this is a more individualist perspective, whereas this is a more homeland perspective. Literally, as I was saying in our introduction today and over the course of today's episode thus far, I think a homeland focus makes more sense. If we're going to be less militarist than recruiting mercenaries, privateers as they might be, it doesn't make sense, I think. So, drafting Mohenjo-daro's workers to build shoreline watchtowers will discourage the pirates and reassure the citizens, giving us overproductive plus 20 industry for 10 turns. It's not bad. Go ahead and confirm. Secure. Go for it. Beautiful. Beautiful. What's going on over here? Let's keep exploring the north over here. Down over here. Let's finally station these guys. Let's finally do it. Come back there so often without an order to give. Let's finally do it. Over here, like, I want to get closer, but I also kind of don't want to get too close. Let's push up to here. That should be safe. That's this turn done as well. In a way, I almost want to keep this army out just for like force projection and stuff like that. But it is costing us quite a bit of money. It is costing us quite a bit of money. Probably shouldn't do that. Let's get... Where are the rebels? Over here. Just don't know where they might be headed. They're not going to strike at Ashur. I'm surprised they didn't strike at Gina. Let's see what they're up to. Down over here. Move you over. And I do wonder when we get to settlers, like how quickly I focus on getting settlers. Gunpowder warfare right now, siege cannons next, and then 3-masted ships after that, maybe. I should perhaps do a bit of a science focus where possible. I gotta think about that.
An excellent proposition.
Now, this was suggested in the comments as well, that when we enter the next era as the Mughals, we should maybe consider some non-aggression pacts, the ones that we've been denying for so very long. I do think that's a reasonable suggestion. It's in line with what I was thinking as well. So we will, yes, accept this non-aggression pact with the Greeks. Secure our western borders as we expand eastward, right? And as we continue to potentially have to deal with the Achaemenid Persians. Well, not potentially, we know we have to deal with the Achaemenid Persians. So, I guess I could have gone up this way, but not the end of the world. Alright, we should be able to. Now, if we push in now, these guys will have the high ground, unfortunately. We'll have the highest ground with our crossbows and our Samnaya. We'd have the choke point as well. We should be able to hold the ground there. Right? That's not too bad. And the Mongol hordes can come in from, like, behind and stuff as well. Maybe let's go ahead and pull down to here. Send these guys in for this attack. They'll probably retreat. Chances are, but, what's life without risks, right? Let's see what we can do over here. Unfortunately, they'll have access to our garrison over here, which is a bit of a bummer, but hey, it's not the end of the world. Let's go for it. I am almost certain they'll retreat. Yeah, there we go. Not a problem, not a problem. They're probably out of our reach now, yeah, for sure. That retreat really helps them get away, eh? It really helps them get away. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Why am I hanging around down over here? I'm hanging around down over here because I'm hoping that we will see war soon. And we don't have to, like, sit around. I wonder if they'll acquiesce. Or if they're going to just kind of let those demands sit. Hariganga, let's go ahead and if we help with the Taj Mahal... again, I don't think... It's a... I don't know, it's a hard call. One turn spread across, like, 6 or however many cities, right? I mean, that does make a difference. If we put down a hamlet, what could we do? Plus 29 food, plus 34 food. Some good spots for some hamlets. Good growth potential. Or what about the Jama Masjid? 32 production over there, 34 up over there. A slight difference in influence production. Right? It's slightly higher over here. Literally plus minus 2 between production and influence. I like the idea of it being on this river over here. I'm leaning towards Jama Masjid to get that extra industry and then to accelerate the production of, you know, merchants' quarters and harbors and all that other stuff. Stability is dropping here, so an Obelisk of the Gods is also not out of the question. 9 turns it'll take. Now again, other cities can help build holy sites, but you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and build the Jama Masjid up over here, and then we'll come back and maybe build the obelisk with the assistance of other cities to help maintain stability a little bit. Yeah, that should be good. Cool.
5 makers' quarters. It seems that someone took the phrase, building your future, a bit too literally.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Fits our overall approach. This is unfortunate. We got a little too close over here, it seems, and these guys are a little out of position. Now, what's the deal here? What are we up against? I'm surprised that it says sides are evenly matched. We'll have the high ground, a little bit of it at least. They'll end up on rivers if we take a defensive stance. We can fully surround them, and I'm pretty sure we'd be able to crush them pretty easily. I'm not sure why it's saying we're evenly matched over here, but it does make me nervous. We'll make it a manual battle. Let's fight this one ourselves. I could stay tucked behind the walls, I suppose. Take the high ground over here. I do want to stand on the flag for sure. Try and force these guys onto the river. Yes, get you back over here, and then you can ride out front when they've committed. Sure. Yeah, that seems good to me. Fire away. They're the attackers, of course, so they get to move first. We seem to be doing all right. I mean, they're causing more damage than I'd hoped, of course, but, you know, but of course. Oh, yeah, see, these guys have taken a bit of a beating. We're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Fire down over here. Using our own buildings against us, are they? Lots of tree cover as well. Okay, not the biggest fan of the situation, I'll be honest with you. I wonder if we get that +4 from the high ground, move these guys out of here, get the next guys up on the high ground, and just try and eliminate these guys first, and then we gotta fight, you know, on level ground afterwards. So let's fire away. Good stuff. Go ahead and pull you down to here, because I still want that adjacency bonus. Move you up to there. Fire away. Come on now. Come on now. Give me some good damage. Beautiful, beautiful. Pull you back. It's just unfortunate that the flag is over here. It's so, like, exposed, you know? Actually, can these guys... Nah, damn it. It's a risk. We might finish them off or they might survive. It's too much of a risk. Okay, here. Let's pull these guys back over here. So we can send these guys up over here. So, because they can take a bit of a beating still, right? Fire down from up on high over here. Right? And let's go ahead and focus on who. And this is why cutting down trees is not always a terrible idea. Sometimes it is, but not always. It seems we do have the high ground over there, so that's good. It's almost like tempting to go all the way up over there to have the high ground against these guys. We don't want to sacrifice that that spot, though, obviously. What if I go ahead and pull you up to... here. Want to get that +1 friendly units from those guys and +1 friendly units from these guys as well. Getting us up to +3. Fire on these guys and get that support. Oh, these guys have the river crossing penalty as well, don't they? Significantly more damage to be taken over there. Alright, sure. Let's go ahead and fire down over here. A little concerned for the veteran Mongol horde over here. Let's go ahead and fire... Ooh, hello. Up over there. We can go ahead and pull you up to here. Get that support. Get these veterans up over here. Again, get that support, right? And get the extra safety of being behind the walls. Go ahead and fire down over here. High ground, friendly units. Can I send you... I can send you up over here, get that adjacency a little bit higher. Worried about these guys, though, you know? A little worried about these guys. Let's pull up to here. Let's do it. We got this. We got this. We got this. Fire away. Maximize that damage. See where that leaves us next turn. Or next round, I should say. So, go for it. Good stuff. Unfortunately, they were able to enter. Hold the line. Come on, don't die. Don't die on me. No! It had to happen. It had to happen. The end of an era, after all, right? The end of an era. It's one way to mark it. Alright, these guys are almost certainly done for. Oh, are you kidding me? We might not finish them off. We gotta try. Let's go for it. Come on. Come on. No, they're gonna survive, aren't they? Damn, that's unfortunate. I don't know if I should stay put there and allow them to attack, you know? And we're able to fire down over here from the high ground. We can pull up and fire down from the high ground as well. Or do we focus on these guys? Come down to here, focus on these guys. High ground. Sure, let's go ahead and fire down like this. And then we'll bring these guys down over here so that their +1 applies to these guys as well. Right? You've got your +1 from friendly units. Fire away. +1 from the adjacent district as well. And yeah, fire away. Hope for the best. Come on, baby. Come on. Beautiful. Pull these guys back to the high ground so they're at least relatively safe. I could send these guys up over here, but I'm a little worried that they'll send someone over the walls if we do that. Keep put over here. Yes, looking okay, looking okay. Yeah, that should be okay. They're going to take the high ground against us. We should be fine. These guys are actually causing more damage than I'd expected, I'll be honest with you. They did manage to down one of our units, so... But it's okay. This rebellion is 100% crushed. Gonna get these veteran Mongol hordes behind our enemies here. +4 from building cover. How dare you? How dare you use my own resources against me? And I think some of our units actually gained veterancy here as well. Don't think we had that many veteran Mongol hordes at the beginning of this battle. Fire away. Beautiful. Finish them off with these guys? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. A little bit of revenge for all the hurt they took. Yeah, that was expensive. That was expensive. But hey, we're still a Mongol horde. We can still gain food and regain that lost Lost unit. I'm glad that we crushed this rebellion sooner rather than later. Now we don't have to, like, worry about them, you know? Let's keep sending these guys down, though. I want to get them down to here to claim this territory, get that lead. A lot of science-boosting resources in this area, eh? Not complaining, mind you. Alright, if we pull up to here, we'll have the high ground over there. Oh, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get our horses. I don't... Back up to here. They won't be able to retreat, right? So what they might do, though, is they might deploy on that spot. So let's go ahead and pull back by a step. They'll have that high ground still. If I pull back to here, then we should be able to take advantage of that and also be a part of this battle. Yep. Let's go for it. Punish them for their insolence, for the demands that they would make of us. We're just cleaning up old messes, right? We're not declaring a new war over here. I wouldn't consider this to be particularly militarist. We're tying up loose ends. Tying up loose ends. Yeah. Whatever excuses kings and emperors need, right? Manual battle. Make sure our elephants are safe. A little worried about this placement over here. We can pull back to the high ground if need be. We can even pull back to this safe spot over here if need be. Crossbow should have a clear line of sight, and these guys will be deploying as soon as possible. We are the attacker over here, so we get the first move. Decent bit of damage output. Can I pull back? Nah, I won't have line of sight. Crossbows. Good damage output there. Can't pull further back to get these guys more, like, onto more high ground, as it were. Fire down over here, let's go. Good stuff. Fire down over here, let's go, yeah. Beautiful. Keep at it. Trying to eliminate, like, one unit at a time over here. Sure, fire away. It's a little unfortunate that these guys are, they have to, like, give up their high ground. I guess we could pull down to here. Or up to here, sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Kinda wish I'd noticed that before I fired from these guys. It's not the end of the world, but, would have been nice. Go ahead and fire down over there. Now, I wonder if we can eliminate these immortals using our cavalry, using our Mongol hordes. I can definitely get a surround going. On level ground over here, I don't want to give them the high ground advantage against us, so I'd pull all the way over. Why don't we go ahead and draw all the attention on us over there? Not a terrible idea, but both of them on the high ground, they'd slaughter us. Pull you down to there. Pull you down to here. Taking a bit of a risk. This is one way to remove this army, though, I suppose. Pull you over to here, trying to get those adjacency bonuses. Pull you down to here. So you should be able to fire the +3 from friendly units. Go for it. Again, trying to draw these guys down as well, right? +1 from friendly units. I could pull you up to here. Pull. Well, let's get you to fire first. I'll take the +2. That's fine. Fire away. Unfortunately, they're all defending, so they have the extra, you know, combat strength and everything right now. So they're taking some damage, though. Fire into your side over here. We'll go ahead and pull these guys back, I think. Let's pull them back to the high ground over here. Send these guys up. Potentially, they're going to get stuck over here. I'm not 100% sure. Fire away, though. If we can pull everybody back, then I'll feel a lot better. Yeah, looks like we can pull them back, actually. Let's get you back to here. Protect the Samnaya. Get you back to... Ah, are you serious? Can't get up there. We can get up over here, though. Let's pull you up to here. Let's pull you up to... here. Good stuff. Should keep us somewhat safe. Over here, again, we don't have... They have the +2 from defending. That is no small, like, number. So I think we should just be defending instead, rather than eat so much damage, because we will get surrounded and attacked over here. So let's end the round over here, take the defensive advantages for ourselves as well, and see what the enemy does. See what the enemy does. Here we go. Taking on this Mongol horde over here. Oh my god, look at that damage output versus, like, our damage output. This is troubling. This is troubling. These guys are going to come through and finish this horde off. Wow. Well, like I said in the last battle, right? End of an era. Taking maybe a bit of a silly risk there, but it's okay. We've got this battle. We know this battle is ours, right? Finishing these guys off, we could do with basically anybody. Go ahead and fire down at these immortals from up on high. Yep. Come on now. Oh, beautiful. I love how aggressively they shoot, you know? It's just like, it's such a punchy shot. Such a punchy shot. From the high ground over here, we can basically eliminate these immortals. We'll get the pikes down to finish them off, I think. Fire away. Beautiful, beautiful. Pull you up to the high ground as well. Fire down over here. Look at that damage output. Could I? Okay, let's fire down over here. Because what I want to do is, I want to actually get a slightly higher adjacency bonus, right? From that friendly unit adjacency. The tiniest bit, but you know what? Every little bit counts, right? Fire away. I don't know if this someday I can finish them off. Maybe. It might get close. Cause damage anyway. Oh, so close. One lone survivor there. So very close. Let's go ahead and pull you up over here, buddy. Go ahead and pull you up over here. Get the adjacency bonus for these guys as well, right? Fire away, finish them off. Maybe vengeance for their kin wouldn't be a terrible idea. Yeah, vengeance for their kin. Let's go. Beautiful. Victory is ours. Done. Era star unlocked. Got ourselves a militarist star. But that, I think that would be about... Oh, they're trying something over here. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? A little concerned about that. Let's go ahead and, I guess, make our way over. I gotta keep an eye out for shallow water where I can sort of seek refuge from time to time to make sure we don't lose this ship before it makes its way across, right? Just gotta play it carefully. Skip your turn. Skip your turn. Heal up, please. Down over here, Babylon. From 7 turns down to 6. We're fine for stability. Finished. There's the Jama Masjid, by the way. So, like, Humayun's tomb, by the way, that I was talking about, is kind of like in that coloration without the white. It's got some white on it as well, but it's largely this, like, reddish kind of a coloration. Where can I put another... Ooh, hello. Plus 22. Can't really complain about that, can we? No point putting you down over here. It's 1 plus 6 over here. We're really spreading our faith quite aggressively, eh? Do I want to put a Maker's Quarter up over there as well? Because the adjacency bonus is going to help, right? Yeah, sure. Why don't we go ahead and pop you down over here? Yeah, sure, over here. It's a nice scenic view. Good stuff. That turn done. Almost done researching gunpowder. Where are you going? I think they're just trying to return... Where? Home? Avaris is no longer home, though this war is still not over, actually, which is interesting. Oh, they might be trying to go up to this region over here. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. This is like, what are you up to? What are you trying to do here? Pull you guys back as well. Let's go. Intercept these guys on their way back home. Try and get that extra pop so we can just disband it elsewhere. Let's go ahead and move you up in this general direction. I see some shallow water over there that we can use. Oh, there's some over here as well. Okay, excellent. Because you can see, again, we're already taking damage, right? We can stay out in deep water, but only for so long. Only for so long. Keep pushing. We'll claim this with a regular army. The settlers will save for elsewhere where we want to establish, again, colony cities, I guess, right? Really embracing that imperialist civic choice when we're able to afford it. That's this turn done, I believe, yeah. Alright, cool, good stuff. How far ahead are we as far as fame is concerned? Quite a bit. We've pulled ahead by a fair bit, actually, so that's comforting. Don't want to get too cocky, but that is comforting. Gunpowder warfare has been researched. Excellent. That's going to make a huge difference moving forward. But of course, first we need to actually gain that saltpeter. How? Okay, let's see. Taj Mahal. Currently, you're going to take 5 turns. If I swap Harappa out, it'll take 7 turns. Okay, fine. Fine, be that way. Let's go ahead and do this. Because again, it'll free up so many of our cities once the Taj Mahal is done, right? Yeah, it'll free up so many of our cities. Ooh. Alright. Over to tier 3. Sorry, tier 3. Develop the intellect is in keeping with our faith thus far. Right? And I think I think that would make the most sense. Purge idleness, giving us extra industry as builders. That does make sense. Show not mercy, maybe in the previous era. Proselytize daily. Also, I mean, they all to various degrees make sense. I feel like develop the intellect is in keeping with our faith's existing tenets, right? So we should stick with that. Now, plus 20 science per alliance on Empire. We don't have any allies right now, but we could look to developing a couple of alliances to truly take advantage of this. If nothing else, it prevents others from taking advantage of this as well. But I do think it ties nicely with our faith thus far. Oh, whoops. Thank you. And we can, if we want to, change our faith to an existing, like, what should I call it? Archetype, or not archetype. Just an existing faith, I guess. There's no other way to put it. It's more for the visual of it. I do wonder. See, in a way, I would like to hold on to Harappan polytheism. We can rename it. As long as we don't name any of these, we can rename it into something else. So in a way, I do want to hold on to Harappan polytheism. However, it would be nice to have some unique buildings, right? It doesn't have, as far as my understanding is concerned, it doesn't have any actual mechanical effects. It's just visual effects. And as the Mughals, it would make sense to go with Islam. In a previous era, as like the Mauryans or whatever, we would have gone with Hindu. As the Mughals, we would go with Islam. If we have a tenet shift when we're playing in the next era, it'd be open season between Christianity and really Hinduism as well. If we're leaning on, well, no, Zoroastrianism at this point wouldn't make sense. So yeah, what do you guys think? Should we go Islam? The Mughals as the leaders of the faith of Islam? I'm fairly confident in my choice of tenet, but I'm curious what you guys think. From a Mughal perspective, Islam makes sense, but my counterpoint is that, again, like I mentioned in the previous session, we are considering civic developments, theological developments, and anthropological developments as separate elements, right, to create our unique nation. It's a unique nation. We're not trying to necessarily be history with 100% accuracy, right? So my counterpoint, so Islam makes sense because of the culture we've chosen and all that. My counterpoint in support of, let's say, for example, Hinduism is because some of our older decisions were made based on Vedism, which, birthed quite a few faiths, one of them being Hinduism. Again, let's talk about our stupas and our decision to play as the Mauryans, right? Buddhism makes sense as well. It's such a densely packed subcontinent. Honestly, it's fascinating. So we've got choices. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on which one you think makes most sense. Do we want to go with the Mughal appropriate Islam? Do we want to go with pre-Mughal decision making based Hinduism or Buddhism? I don't think Taoism makes sense. Our conquest of the Persians means Zoroastrianism makes sense as well. Decisions. I would like to hear your thoughts. We will have to make this decision next time, folks, because we are at our hour mark anyway. And I figure, why not throw that question out there and bring us to a close today. The Taj Mahal will be done in 5 turns. We will then be able to focus on getting some of those gunpowder units. And, I mean, geez, as much as my introduction today was talking about a less militarist approach, I wonder how long that'll hold true for, you know? And these Poles are making some moves, and I don't know how happy I'd be about that. Nonetheless, folks, we are just about at the halfway mark of this playthrough. Fame is looking good. We are ahead of the curve. We're ahead of everybody else. So we're very close to actually entering the next era as well. So feeling pretty good about that. I don't think it'll be that difficult to get there. Scientist stars will come very quickly, I think. And builder stars as well, as we continue to build masjids and wonders and more such amazing structures. I think we'll get to the next era pretty quickly. Folks, I hope you had a good time with today's session. If you did, again, you know what to do. Let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. As always, makes a massive difference, and just letting me know what you want to see on the channel. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.